going on, users? We have another great cloud out for you. Ryan's going to be going on the warmth of Storytell error messages. Go ahead.
Thanks. Yeah, so in our last video about these mocks, we showed that we're going to kind of change up the way that we display that we can't handle certain content. So in this case, we're talking about Google Drive. The banner at the top says we're still working on making Google Drive compatible. And then this message about, some of your options essentially. But we also talked about adding in a text input for providing feedback. And I mocked up two different options. They're pretty similar, but basically just where the submit button is. So this one here on the left has a submit button below. This one on the right has it to the right. I prefer this one because it takes up less vertical real estate on the screen. But I would love to get your thoughts on the place where you can give us your thoughts.
I would propose that the button actually be a little bit like maybe it's a blue button. It's a little bit more obvious and it says something like provide feedback. So the user's eye is just drawn. Like to me, that's the number one thing that we want to have happen on this screen. I don't know if anybody has an opinion about that. Users would love to know what you think. What else?
I think, let's see, in terms of blue, I think the top could be one of those blues. I've had that in one of the
instead of being red
yesterday.
You're talking about this part up here?
The whoops part, yeah. I put in
Okay.
the hex code for one of the blues.
Okay.
I don't know if that's still there.
All right.
So my question for users is, would that be colder looking, or would it be warm?
Right. Or one way to maybe also ask a demo is red usually means stop. This is reddish. Would you rather have something red that looks like stop, or does that feel like you're getting hit in the face? And do you want something that is more like a blue that it's like, okay, it's more like an informational banner? Because the problem that we have right now is that it's very much hit you in the face and you just have said, like, I feel like you don't care about me when you put that message up.
Like you just slapped me.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah, uninstall.
So I think we should just make a decision now to go with. And Erica, if you left a hex color for blue, Ryan, let's just go with blue for now. And then Emma, thank you for making this video. Let's see if users have any opinions about it. And then it's very wordy, and I'm just wondering, like, is it worth the wordiness?
Yeah, so I want to be really particular about this. So this is for a very, very particular use case. It's not all error messages. So this is only when you have a PDF within Google Drive. So that's what the copy was pulled from. So we wouldn't have this copy for those things. So
interesting. Okay.
it's almost, we're looking at something that happens, 3% of the time as a stand-in for overall error messages. So I don't think it's 100% copy driven of what we're wanting feedback on. It's more like the whoops at the top. We're building this for you. Let us know your thoughts.
Okay, so then let's have two separate conversations here, and Emma, let's keep recording to make sure from a user perspective. So Eric, what I'm hearing you say is this is a very specific error message for a very specific type of error. So users, how does that look to you? And then what I think I'm also hearing you say is this would not be, I'll exit out, in most errors, it might, this might not say Google Drive here, it might just say we're making this compatible or this content compatible with Storytell. And it might only have this, we're building it for you, how would you like it to work box. Is that accurate? Okay. And so from an engineering perspective, we need to be able to then differentiate different error messages for different types of content. So that's an important thing from an engineering perspective.
True. And I guess also from engineering, something I understood is that this text box and making us be able to get that from the text box, get that feedback would be quite a lot of work versus folks going.
I think we're just posting an email form, anyway, we can stop the video here if nobody else has questions for users and keep talking about that. Does anyone else have